G'day folks, Tony again here for more Star Control 2. The long journey to the galactic northwest commences, folks. Let's see how we go as we head up towards a sort of nearby blankish area of the map to try and do a little bit more to fill in some of these nearer parts of the galaxy in the hopes that maybe we can give ourselves some opportunities to expand our fleet with a bit more of a variety of races, which is going to allow us to rock, paper, scissors the shit out of any enemies that we happen to encounter. Hopefully, somewhere along the way, we're also going to be able to gather some expensive or lucrative resources, and it would be nice, although not entirely assured, to be losing less crew to hostile planetary surfaces. But, you know, one thing at a time. I also realised that we forgot to restock with a couple of extra landing craft because we lost them previously. But oh well, them's the breaks. So this is a mighty long trip here through hyperspace. Hopefully worthwhile. Ooh, what an interesting arrangement. We've got a couple of really far out planets, far out, man, and a couple of closer inner ones, to use the technical astronomical terms. Beta Valorum. Planet 3, what have you got for us? Not much. That's a mighty shame. So didn't see anything on the hyperspace readout there in terms of other ships, the other ship shapes. I nearly said other readings of vessels nearby. It doesn't mean that they are not out there, but if we are entering into a region where there is a race, often they tend to spawn once you get into their territory a little ways. Alright, and again, pretty much a dud. I don't mind duds, provided that we can move through these things quickly. Of course, we need to start asking ourselves a question as to how much money we actually need, but it would be good to have a set of cash in the bank so that if we do end up with another species in our alliance, that we can immediately take advantage of their ships. And of course, we have to go into orbit for planets to try and find some of these rainbow worlds, and also to pick up some more biologicals, because those Melnorm are only around for a fixed amount of time, and they do have all the cool tech. Okie dokie. Delicious. We finally found some exotic materials. This should be fairly straightforward. Let's see if we can land right on top of it. Of course not. 1. Perfect. Don't change a thing. All right. Where else can we go to here? So the Pecunk's still moving steadily back to their previous home territory. We'll have to keep an eye on that, because if they start ping-ponging back again, we're probably going to have to race down there and try and do something about it. Good times. Alpha Valorum. Huge gas giant planet with a green ring around it right there in the center. Maybe that's something. Yttritic. So those greens are probably worth a trip, particularly because it doesn't look like it's overly dangerous down here. I don't even know what those elements are, but I'll take them. Even this one too. Nice. Oh, we left one behind. now the CDO in me wants to go and collect it, even though it's probably not worth much. There you go. Waste of fuel, say some, but I'm the captain, so deal with it. All right. So fortunately, we've only got a handful of planets here. It sometimes gets a little disheartening. Oh, Sapphire World. Whoa. Are those all exotics? What's going on? It can get somewhat disheartening to be constantly scanning planets and not finding things of value. Maybe I should have complained about that earlier, because this is awesome. Superfluids, yep. Could certainly do with some of them. I'm not going to go back in there immediately because I don't want to arbitrarily leave some of these behind on the surface, because these are all worth super heaps. Awesome. So clearly, this being a sapphire world, the implication is that any planet that is named after a precious gem is presumably going to have lots more fancy things on it. And it looks really dull there on the map, so not an exact giveaway. So this is played directly into my one weakness of FOMO, the fear of missing out on finding a really cool planet by looking at it and going, that looks kind of boring, I guess I'll leave it alone. I don't think we found any energy readings either, with the exception of when we were speaking to the Sparthy earlier. Oof. So lightning bolts and earthquakes, all things that we can handle reasonably well. Whoops. And we've done it. We've gone and lost one person. Sorry, Joe. I'm just assuming that that was the crew member's name. May she rest in peace. All right. Purple planet with a green ring. Be something awesome. Ooh. Is this a treasure planet? That would be even more awesome. It is a treasure planet. Oh, I like it. Look at all these delicious things. Well, we're certainly going to make a ton of space bucks off of this trip, folks, so I am most pleased. Ow, I'm less pleased about that. But it's the cost of doing business, am I right? Ah, all right. Ooh, nearly lost the ship there. That would have been unfortunate. Really not entirely sure how the metrics of grades 1 through 8 of hazards are on these, for the weather and the tectonics on these things, because sometimes 3s are pretty straightforward, and other times 3s seem just completely nightmarish. Case in point, this one. Anyway, we grabbed all the things, so we're good. And of course, this gas giant, I'm assuming, not going to have anything on it. We haven't been tending to check them. But who knows? Nope, nothing there. Good times. All right, so this is definitely save game time, because I would absolutely go and collect all of those again, considering how much they're worth. But I don't want you to have to sit through it. 46. Beautiful. All right. Where next on the star map? So we've been to this couple of here. Maybe we'll just head over Beta Telescopi, Alpha Telescopi, Beta Tauri. So the Tauri stuff sounds cool. And it is a little bit closer. So we'll head in that direction and see what we find. Conveniently, And completely by accident, we're facing towards west. I really need to be more mindful of those sorts of things, particularly if we're being chased when we enter a system. Okay, let's do it. Halloween passing into every racehorse's birthday. Anything on the hyperspace map? Not really. Not looking overly promising at this point. So those are Ilrath. We don't really want to have to deal with them. So maybe we'll scoot out of that one. All these other things here are close enough that we can probably wrangle them manually, he says, driving very clumsily. Anything in here? Not really. There's a red planet, a red orbit planet here in the center. Wonder what that's all about. Go and have a quick look and see if there's anything here. Not getting any warning of any kind. A sapphire world. So that was fortunate because we've just we've just found a ton more stuff. That's curious. Not complaining. Is this going to be a fire world though? Doesn't sound like it, so I'm all for it. Delicious. Give me all of it. We're going to be able to buy so many of the same ship that we already have plenty of. I love it. Oh, I do hear fire things as well. That was odd. We didn't hear any of them when we landed. Just trying to fake us out, I guess. All right, well, now that we've found that on this planet, now we're going to have to check all of them. I'm actually wondering, given the number of Ilrath that we saw in that other system, I'm actually wondering if that might be close to where they hang out. Another sapphire world. What is going on? We just appear to have stumbled into pure awesome. So now the superstitious part of my human brain is becoming somewhat wary of what might happen now. And we've managed to find all of this stuff. Now the real concern that I have, in fact, is that we're going to have so much money and we're not really going to have any cool stuff to spend it on. Although I guess we could upgrade all of the Dank's weapons to be the more powerful versions. And that's certainly doable, but I guess that's a good problem to have. So Planet 1, Planet 2 of Delta Tauri, both absolute winners for us. Can we get a hat trick? Now we have to do them in order, otherwise we'll jinx it, am I right? And the third one looks like it could be a treasure world, but of course it could be trying to fool us. And it might actually be a pile of garbage. Let's figure it out. Auric world. That means it's covered in gold. Tremendous. This, I guess in a more modern game... Ooh, some biologicals as well. In a more modern game, you might say that this is the RNG being kind to us, but I'm pretty sure all of these were authored. So, goodness me, they are moving quickly. What are they? And how hostile are they? Swarms of bees, so they might be hostile. What about these? Oh, more bees again. Go away, bees. Didn't appear that the bees were damaging us though, so I guess that's our shielding coming into place. Into play. I'm very frustrated that when I shoot, I actually stop moving, which is tremendously unhelpful. And we're not actually getting any damage there, so we're going to just catch all of these things, hopefully. I can only assume that one of the upgrades we'll be able to get for our vehicle is more powerful weaponry, because that would certainly be nice as well. bees tend to die quicker. Yeah, got a larger hitbox too, by the looks of them. I'll take all of them, thanks. One of everything. Or all of everything. Oops, so we're full on minerals, but we have yet to destroy the biosphere. What about you? What are you doing? You're moving very fast. I think that might be all of both of them. Talk about lucrative, my goodness. Good times. And full again already. I don't think I've found a more satisfying world to collect on than this one. It would just be nice if we could actually hit anything worth a damn. There we go. Surely I'm going to improve at this. So the fact that when enemies take hits, they kind of bounce away a little bit. Yay, is not helping in collecting things. It looks like I might have gotten a few partial hits on a few things, because some of them appear to be dying in one shot. So yes, hopefully more powerful weapons are incoming at some point. How does it feel to be the last living creature on your planet? I probably should have asked that before I shot you. Alright. So maybe be able to do the rest of this in one more trip. And we've got 2 of our cargo containers pretty much chockers now, and I think they're probably chockers with all of the good things. So even if we're not finding anything fancy over here, in terms of other species to talk with, at the very least, we're making good bank. Yay! Where to next? Well, Planet 4, of course. This has worked so far. Can we continue the trend? Let's not fly through the... Oop, too close. Not fly through the center. It'll take us too long. Over here to this red/orange, angry-looking planet. What have you got for us? Scan. Mineral. Some red dots and some gold dots and some grey dots. Just generally a lot of dots. A metal world. Any biologicals? Not really. We might do a selective thing here and just jump in and grab these precious metals, because they'll be worth a moderate amount. So we've got some silver and presumably more silver. Yeah. Good work. Oops. I'm so used to landing multiple times that I done goofed. Okay, not as good as your compatriots there, Planet 4, but we won't hold that against you. Where to next? Alright, got some gas giants. A couple of gas giants to roll with. And then one outer planet that may actually be awesome, because it is that dull colour that we've been having a lot of luck with. So nothing on the... beg your pardon, no moons around this gas giant, but considering our luck lately, we'll just have a quick look. No dice. No! Thank you. I just yelled at my own fingers. And a violet-coloured one. How many moons are you going to have? 0. But now I've established a trend for the Delta Tauri system. Nothing. Nothing. Also nothing. Very well. It's all on you now, Planet 7. I would imagine possibly in a more modern version of this game, it would give you the option to name all of these planets when you find them. Whew. If there was a good random name generator, that could be quite fun. Oh my goodness, it's another sapphire world, just loaded with exotics. I am most pleased. So Delta Tauri, easily the most profitable system that we have found to date. And not all that far away from Earth. Certainly out of reach for the very earliest stages of the game, but I wish we'd stumbled across this a little earlier. Anyway, what's done is done. And we have everyone's favourite part of the video coming up in just a moment, where I save the game. And I'm saying it out loud so that I don't get overeager and forget. Because I've done that before and paid for it. Such a long journey through the save game menu. There we go. I think when we get to 50, that's probably enough and we can start from the beginning again. All right. Now the question, whoops, where to next? The Precursor still moving sideways. Let's have a look at what some of these other ones are here. Alpha and Beta Telescopi, Gamma Telescopi, Cygnus. What else is around here? I'm assuming all of these will be Cygnus. It appears to be the case. Which means all of these will be Tauri. Yes, indeed. What about these ones here? Virginus. Yep, very good. Any odd beats around here? Anything unusually named? Because we did find that Z-Man system previously, and they were... That was something a little different. Oh, Chandrasekhar. Named after the famous astrophysicist. That's nice. What about you? You're all by yourself? No. Octanus. Cool. All right, so there's a variety of different things around, most of which seem to just be named based on constellations that they're in. That's a rather weird, isolated one. Okay, sure. Well, look, seeing as we're in this part of space, maybe what we might do is we'll stay clear of Alpha here because it had a ton of Ilrath in it, even though their circle's kind of all the way down there. Maybe we'll just do a quick zoom around some of these and just along this way out the on a loop then before we head back to Sol. Although I imagine we're going to end up with a full load of cargo pretty quickly. Good plan, team. I like it. So I'm curious, with all those Ilrath in that system, there don't seem to be a lot of them zipping around in hyperspace. We've got another red orbit ring in the center here. Considering what we found there last time, how about we start from the center? Going to do the old sideways dock. We're going to have more Tauri goodness. Tritic world with nothing on it. Zip. Okay. Well, that's a little disappointing. All right. Well, now that we're here, let's just look at all of them. Nearly got done in by the zoom levels there. Planet first or moon first? Planet first. Give me all the things. Magnetic world. That's definitely not worth it. May the moon be more prosperous. That's not too bad. I like it. Good enough for me. A difficult map to see things on. Ooh, I'm picking up Xenon. So seeing as we're playing a way back game and we're picking up Xenon, it's perhaps worth name dropping the excellent top-down arcade shooter Xenon 2. I wonder if you can find that around. That's definitely getting back in the day. Alright, a gold planet. Will it be another treasure world? I wonder how much money we're going to get for all this. It is another treasure world. Awesome. It's a treasure world without anything on it. Have we been here? I beg your pardon. Have we been here before and I've just forgotten about it? So it's starting to feel a little suspicious. Although it does seem odd that I would leave some of the other resources there. Because that noble world was certainly not toxic or hazardous in any way. Maybe I was running low on cargo space. This is the problem with only playing an hour and a half of the game a week for many, many weeks. And the game not tracking things for you. I honestly don't recall where we have or haven't been. Redux World. Again, not overly worth our time. So we'll leave that be. The Pekunk look like they've almost become stationary there, so it's a good thing that we're beginning... Whoops. Let's turn ourselves around a little there. So it is a good thing that we're heading back towards Earth, because I think we're going to have to zip down there to the Pekunk again. Of course, maybe we don't want to intercept them too soon after they begin their journey, because we're actually going to get ourselves more time by allowing them to head all the way, or most of the way, across the Yihut before we intercept them. Goodness me, so many planets and moons. I had hoped that this would be a sparsely populated system, but I was wrong. So another metal world. Not a lot going on there. What about this one? A few green dots, a few blue dots. Can't decide what it wants or what it's on about. That's fine. The dank is just brimming with treasure. The Sea of Thieves part of my brain is getting nervous at how much expensive stuff we have on board. But of course, in this case, we have save games to help us out if something goes horribly wrong on the way home, or if, apparently, I forget how to steer. There's a zoom level there that was really doing my head in. All right. Infrared world. Biologicals, class 3, class 4. I think we're going to pass on that. So those shields that we have on the landing craft appear to be protecting us from the biologicals, but they're not protecting us from the lightning strikes and the earthquakes and the fire trails. I wonder if there's another upgrade in the works that we can use to get all of those other things. Super dense. No, thank you. Oh, I wonder if we can get through all of these swiftly. I guess that depends. If there's not a lot worth picking up, then we're probably going to get this done fairly quickly. Which in some ways is a good outcome, and in others is not. Because I did swear to everyone that I was going to try and make these episodes run a little shorter. But so much of this pacing is unpredictable. All right. Go, go, go. I wonder if the Melnorm will give us a thing where it allows DOSBox to load these things faster rather than running at pace. Okay. Can't remember how many we've got left, but it can't be too many, surely. Oh, look at that. Steering. Perfect. Also not great. Not great. Even if there's biologicals, it's too hazardous to be worth our time. All right. What else? What else? Ooh, another gold one, perhaps. Oh, I got a good feeling about this. Oh, no. I meant the opposite of that. I have a terrible feeling about this. Yeah, called it. I think that might be all of them. Possibly one more left. We were doing so well, but it's just petered out here at the end. Oh, 4 moons, are you kidding me? I'm trying to stick to a schedule here. We do live in an uncaring universe. Nothing. The fickle nature of reality. Nope. Also nope. Just nopes across the board. Same number of moons here as the Galilean moons of Jupiter. And they're brimming with goodies, and these are all terrible. They're bad moons and they should feel bad. Just keep making sideways connections here. It'd be a very strange Creedence Clearwater song. I see 4 bad moons rising. That's exactly what we've got here. This is nonsense. And I won't stand for it. I'm voting with my feet and I'm flying away. Oh no, there's 2 more. I have a cold and I want to go to bed. All right. So close, so close. Folks, I promise, we're nearly done. In fact, I swear that even if we find the most amazing planet ever found, I'm simply not going to land on it, because I've had a gutful. Tried to jinx it. I want the game to prove me wrong. I want it to call me on my bullshit. It's all up to you, Planet 9. What do you got? That's the best you can do? Are you kidding me? Ha! I win. Kind of. So, on that little rant, that's all the time we have for this part of the Let's Play. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to be notified when other episodes are released. And please tell a friend if you think they might enjoy this. And come back again soon for more Star Control 2.